What is going on, guys and gals? It's me, your old buddy Mistermoose, back in the garage. I'm back with some more Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. Alright, so the last time we were in here, we were checking out the tuning DLC, and we had souped up our old C10 pickup truck to 825 horsepower, making it a hot rod. Today, we're going to be working on this Viper over here, or as it is called in the game, the Cobra. This was a car that I picked up just to test the dyno a little bit, to see if there was any kind of, with the stock cars in the game, tuning of the carburetor or the ECM. And of course, we found out there wasn't, which is unfortunate. Sort of a step backwards with the game. But anyway, since I had the car, I figured, well, we'll go ahead and build it since we hadn't done one. And it would give us a chance to really tweak out a V8, as well as we can mess with some of the body panels that are in the tuning kit to change out the headlights, change out the front end, rear end, make it look a little bit different, do a little bit of customization on it. So anyways, this car, I purchased it from the auction house for right about $150,000, a little over $150,000. I know I got some value in it, but as it sat when I had it in the garage, it was worth $161,000. Right now, as it sits, it's at $181,895. All I've done is build out the suspension on it, and gave it new tires, and just built out the suspension, what I normally do in day one of our build. But today, really, we're just going to focus on transmission and the power for this car, and get it ready for paint. So that's what we're going to do. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, as always, smack that like button for me. Make a comment down below, share the video with your friends, all that good stuff. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoy what you see, make sure you subscribe for more content. Alright, so in our last video, when we overhauled the C10, we basically had a perfect motor in it. So I built a new motor from the ground up. For this one, since this is a refurbish, and the motor in it is a little worn out, right? We're going to go ahead and strip the motor down, and then we'll add the performance parts as we rebuild it. So that's going to be the game plan on this one. So let's go ahead and pull the motor, get rid of this guy here, come over here, stack the motor on the stand, and we'll be good to go. Oops. Let me rotate the motor. There we go. Now it's in the right position. Alright, so we'll start just taking everything off this guy, stripping it all the way down, and then we'll see what we repair, and then we'll go to the store and buy everything that we need for the particular build. So I hope you guys have been doing well. I know it's been a little bit of time in between the videos. As I've told you, I'm playing other games, and while I'm doing those, I tend to take a little bit of break from doing the daily grind of the videos and everything. And in all honesty, I've been a little wore out on recording the videos, so it's been refreshing just to take a little time, do some family stuff during the day, live stream in the evenings, take a break from recording. We'll get back into the swing of things. Alright, let's knock these out. So I was talking to Fully Sick during one of my live streams the other night, and apparently there's some testing underway with the Steam Workshop. Basically where they're at right now, from my understanding, is there is a bot or engine that previews all of the mods that are submitted to the workshop and checks them to verify that there's no errors in them and they won't cause any problems with the game. And they're in the testing phase of that right now. So hopefully fairly soon we'll be getting a Steam Workshop for this game, which is something we've all been waiting on patiently. So that'll be cool. Once that gets in and we get some mods up on the Steam Workshop, I'll get back into, you know, doing some custom builds on some of these mods that are out there. But I'm just kind of hanging out on the mods because I think a lot of the modders have gone to private places where they're putting mods up, and others have just said, you know what, I'm not doing any more mods until the workshop's up. So I'm just kind of giving it a break on that as well. But in the meantime, I've got so many cars sitting in the garage or in the parking levels of this, you know, of my thing. I've got 3 parking levels opened up, and I've got just tons of vehicles that I've accumulated in barn finds that I would purchase, and I've never gotten to actually building them because I sort of got too far into the mods thing. So I think in the meantime, I'm going to hit some of those cars and build them out. And some of them may be vehicles that we've already done, so I may do those in some live streams. The other ones I'll try to record and put up, but yeah, that's kind of what I got going on right now. And of course, I got new stuff coming out for other games that I'm going to be hitting along the way. And again, I'm having a good time just doing the live streams and focusing more on those than I am the recorded videos right now as well. So just to let you know what's going on in my world. Of course, since we were with each other last, there's been an update to the game. A couple of updates, actually. Minor changes, basically just the way some things were calculated with engine performance, with the performance DLC and the dyno. That's been changed. Let's see. There was they fixed the dyno to where if you click the run button on it, it's disabled once the dyno starts running. You could just click it over and over and over again. So they've changed that out. Just some other little minor things. There's a new paint job for the Caster Earthquake. What else? There was something else that they messed with. I know they changed out the way power for the engine was calculated. They fixed that. Oh yeah, I know what it was now. The interior of the car now counts towards the value of the car. That was the other thing they fixed. Before, it seemed like when you put your seats and your steering wheel in, it really didn't change how much the car was worth. Where now it actually does. So that's good. Take off the oil filter, get the block off. Good to go. So we'll run over here, repair all our parts up, and then we'll see what we need versus what we're going to add into it anyways. I know we're going to swap out the heads and stuff like that, so a lot of this doesn't matter that much. Let's see. Of course, we'll always need a new belt tensioner. We're going to change out the alternator and put a new one in. We need 4 cam gears. Our camshafts are good, but we're going to be replacing those as well, I'm sure. I'm just looking for something that we wouldn't normally have to replace. Crankshaft pulley. I think that one gets replaced as well. Block and heads are good, but like I said, the heads are going to get replaced. Exhaust manifolds will get replaced. Fuel rail probably is going to be an increase. Idle rollers, we need 2 A's and 5 B's. We'll get hotter ignition coils this go around. Intake manifold, oil pan is good. We're going to put new pistons in it. New power steering pump will come in. We got good rod caps, so that's good. Need new belts, new plugs, always. Starter's good, throttle body is good, but we're probably going to be replacing the throttle body as well when we start looking at the performance parts. So yeah, pretty much standard stuff. Let's get in here and see what we get to buy. Oh, wrong place. Let's try that again. Let's try it again. Let's go up here, click that button, and we're going to power boost. So we're going to need a new air filter. If I can get that. New alternator. Camshaft for V8. Right? That would be this one. Times 4. No carburetor. We do go ahead and get that and that. We'll come back and get 2 of these, I'm sure. Let's make sure we're just on engine parts right now. All right, heads for a V8. We need 2 of these. There we go. Exhaust manifolds for the V8. We need 2 of these. 1 of these. The fuel rail, which is going to be this one here. 8 ignition coils. There is no distributor, no spark plug wires. Doesn't look like we get an updated intake manifold for this one either. So we'll go ahead and get 8 pistons. We'll get a new power steering pump. 8 spark plugs out of here. Then we'll need a new throttle, which is going to be that one. And that is it for the performance parts for this side of it. So now we can go back in the shop and buy the rest of the things that we need. It gets a little confusing here. You got to figure out what you're going to need and what you don't need and everything else like that. Let me go back and sort by engine parts, make sure I'm getting the right thing here. So we got a new camshaft all the way around, but we do need the new gear for the cam, which is just, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. Don't need any of that. We're good all the way there. We're good on coil covers. Crankshaft bearings we're good on. Crankshaft was good. We do need a new pulley, except we need the different one, not that one. We do need that one. And we got new exhaust, so we're good there. We need 2 of these and 5 of the other ones, right? There we go. While I'm at it, I need a new fuel tank. I didn't get a fuel pump, did I? I don't think there was one. Would have thought there would have been a performance fuel pump. We'll go back and check that when we go get the rest of the stuff. Piston rings, we need 8 of them. There we go. What else do we need? We need belts. Serpentine belt for the V8, which is V6, V8 overhead valve, serpentine belt A, V8. There we go. Serpentine belt V, V8. Has been forever since I built one of these. Couple of timing belts. And I think the water pump was good, but we need a water pump pulley. Should be enough. All right, so let's go ahead and get assembly mode. By the way, there's a new thing also added in one of the patches recently. They put the examination mode onto the engine stand here, so now you can examine parts again, which you weren't able to do. So that's kind of nice that they put that in there for you. All right, go ahead and put our crankshaft in. Put all our bearing caps in. Nice. All right, start putting in our performance pistons and rings. I wouldn't mind it building this out like once with a stock motor, putting it all together and seeing what the value of the car is, and then building it out with the performance parts and seeing what the increased value of the car is. That's one thing I haven't done. I would like to do that, just to see the difference. Maybe one day I'll just build out another motor and do a motor swap, just so we can see the difference in value with the performance parts versus a stock motor. It's something I think I need to do, definitely. All right, let's go ahead and grab that. Get all these pistons put in here. Definitely something I want to do also with the C10, because I've still got the motor in storage that we took off of it. So all I have to do is swap out the two motors just to see what it would do. I might do a video on that one day. Go ahead and build out the generic motor and then come in and do a quick video on swapping out like the V8 overhead valve engine with the supercharged performance engine and see, you know, which one's worth more. Obviously the performance is going to be worth more, but just kind of what value does it add to the car, I guess, is what I'm looking at. Especially do a price comparison, you know, of how much you spent parts wise versus how much you got performance wise out of it. And was it really, you know, did I put the performance head on here? Oh, I didn't look. I didn't pay attention. And this is the bad part about this. I got to pay attention to what parts I'm putting on here instead of just putting the good ones in, because I didn't. I put in stock. Oh yeah, and the performance stuff has got all the red stuff on the inside of it to remind you that it's performance. So that probably would have been a good idea to look at. Performance cam. Performance cam. Good job. All right, come over here, do the same thing. Performance head. Because, you know, I'm going to have a lot of parts left over that I could build a motor with. Got the heads. I've probably got a V8 block sitting over in storage over there. So that wouldn't be hard to do. All right, so get those on. And we'll go ahead and get that one on. There we go. Put our timing belts on. And timing cover. The last one over there. While we're down here, we'll go ahead and put our high performance steering pump on and our high performance alternator on. That was not the high performance alternator. That's the high performance alternator. Yeah, it takes a little getting used to the fact that you got to really look at what you're doing parts wise, instead of grabbing the first available one to put on there. A little more concentration needed. And as we've established in the past, Moose is not one to concentrate hard when he's doing these videos. To say I'm easily distracted while doing these videos is an understatement. All right. The exhaust manifold on. Put the right exhaust manifold on. Ooh, those do look like some cool little headers right there. I will say that. It does look sharp. Nice. Looking good, looking good. Alright, so we can go and put our spark plugs in. Put our performance plugs in. Shouldn't have any problems with hit this, because we should have all of the good stuff should be top of the list on these. Put our performance ignition coils in. That's good. We can go ahead and put the cover on that side. Switch over here, do the same thing. So what else is going on? Of course, later on today is the release of the new ATS New Mexico map, so I'm going to be playing quite a bit of that the rest of the week, as well as going to be working on some farm sim stuff. For those who have been watching my channel for a long time and have been here for the farm sim stuff, I will let you guys know there is the release of Platinum next week coming out, and with that coming out, I'll be doing a bit of farm sim next week as well. As we focus on the Platinum, I'll probably throw it up on one of my servers so that we can do some multiplayer on the new Platinum stuff. But I thought I would mention, for those who might not be farm sim fans or not, you know, a regular for that game, I will be giving a copy of Farm Sim away come Monday, which I don't know the date of that right off of hand, but anyways, on Monday of next week, I think that's like the 12th or 13th, I'm going to give away during my live stream over on Twitch. I'm going to play some Farm Sim in the afternoon prior to us playing 7 Days to Die. And when I do so, I'm going to go ahead and give away a copy of Farm Sim and the Platinum. I was buying some stuff the other day on Giant's website and mistakenly bought the full version of Platinum, which gives me the game plus the expansion. So I figured we would go ahead and give that away, and I thought I would promote it a little bit within this video as well as the ATS videos. There might be somebody out there that is a fan of Car Mechanic Simulator or a fan of ATS that would be interested in Car Mechanic or be interested in Farm Sim, but just hasn't ever spent the money on it. Maybe you want to win that. So join us for the live stream on Monday. It'll be the afternoon stream when I get started, and I will give that away then. So, all right, let's get in here. I need a flywheel. I'm shocked that there's not a performance flywheel. I'm going to double check that real quick. Gearbox. There is a performance flywheel. Nice. What else do I need? Let's look at exhaust. We'll have to come in here and look at the exhaust parts in a minute and do that. All right, so performance flywheel, performance clutch plate. There we go. The performance pressure plate. Ass. And then throwout bearing. They didn't have a throwout bearing, so we had to buy a new throwout bearing. Big gearbox. Grab that. gearbox in. I'll also be giving away some other copies of the DLC as well. So if you have farmed some already, I'll still be giving away some DLCs for that as well. All right, let's look at what we got here. We got the V8 muffler, the middle muffler, catalytic converter, and then we've got the exhaust pipe V8A that we need. And for some reason, I need a drive shaft. All right, let's go back to performance parts here. All right, front exhaust pipe V8A. I wonder if that's it. I wonder if that qualifies for it. It seems silly not to have that part. Right? Let's go ahead and buy one and we'll see if it works. If it does, we can always buy another one. It would seem, like I said, it seems silly for it not to be working, and it doesn't. Why would you have performance everywhere else except coming off of your headers? You got a performance exhaust manifold into a standard exhaust pipe, then into a performance part. Does that make sense to you guys? It makes absolutely no sense to me. And this is all the performance parts we have for the exhaust. So again, I think this is a silly oversight on their part. I just sort of feel like the whole performance DLC is thrown together in a hodgepodge. I don't really think they put enough time into it. I was happy to hear some other people say that they were disappointed with it as well. So, all right, so we'll buy those two. I mean, it just seemed, like I said, it seems silly. It seems like that would be, if you're putting all these parts on here because they increase performance, then I'm guessing you're increasing flow through them. So why would you increase flow through your catalytic converter, your middle muffler, your exhaust, and through your headers, but you have a choke in your front exhaust pipe? And it's not as good looking either because it's not chromed out. I don't know. Like I said, and again, if we look at this, it just looks silly. Chrome header into a polished steel pipe into a chrome catalytic converter. Shortcut. Hey, boss, you want us to go ahead and chrome out that front exhaust pipe for all of the different motors? Nah. How is that going to cost you more time on the clock? Yep. Nah. Nah, don't worry about it. Or vice versa, it was the boss going, I'm almost done with this. Oh, crap. I got to do all these exhaust headers? All these downpipes? Ah, screw it. Nobody will tell the difference. It just seems sort of like that was the, you know, the train of thought there. I don't know. The package is just, to me, it's incomplete. A lot of stuff they should have done that they didn't do. All right. So we need to take all this out and redo it too. Once we got our motor, we'll fix all our air filter stuff and our radiator. Ooh, something didn't repair. What just came in that didn't repair? The air filter doesn't matter. Yeah, looks like we got away with everything. Nice. So let's put it all back in there. Does this have an intercooler in it? No. Interesting. How did I not end up in the engine bay? Come on now. Get me up in now. Alright. Get this all put together. Excellent. Base the air filter. Performance air filter goes in. Top on there. Put all the little clips on the side. They so kindly cleaned up and repaired. And the battery, which was what I was collecting earlier. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and put some oil in this baby. That should be just about everything as far as just getting it running again. All right, let's look at the value of the car. Global parts condition is 99%. What could possibly not be fixed yet? The brake servo. Did I not replace the brake servo? Oh, you know what? I didn't. Well, let's fix it real quick. This is what happens when I don't do everything in one sitting. When I break it up. All right, current value of the car. $294,564. Whew, that new motor makes a difference, doesn't it? All right, let's ship it over to the dyno and see what kind of horsepower we got with it. Yes, I want to proceed. All right, so the original engine gave us 403 horsepower and 507 newtons of torque. So let's go ahead and run the dyno and see what happens. And as you notice, the button is now grayed out. What is it? 765 and 944 torque, and 89% boost in horsepower, 86% boost in torque. Not too bad. All right, let's move this guy outside and we'll go work a little bit on the body. Now the body on it coming out of the auction house was pristine. There really wasn't anything that I needed to replace on this. However, since we didn't have any tuning parts for the C10 when we did the last video, I figured today we would go buy some parts and tweak out the body panels on this particular car, because there are some for it. So let's go Cobra. And let's see, we got a couple of different bumpers that we can put on it. We got a new hood that we can put on it, so let's go ahead and grab that. A couple of different styles of headlights and rear bumper as well, so we could go. I'm liking. I'm gonna go with the C combination. Let's go with C all the way around. Lights and such. But you know what? Let's go and buy it all. And we can just do the different looks of it. So one of everything. Alright, so here's what the car looks like right now. With our front spoiler on it. The tail lamps on it. And the rear bumper on it. Let's go ahead and take the bumper and the tail lights off. And we'll go ahead and put the B kit on the back right now. So B tail light. Oh, I like that. I do like that. And then we'll go ahead and put the B bumper kit on it. Yeah, yep. And then we'll come up here and do the same with the front. We'll take the front rear off and we'll take this off. So we'll put the Euro headlight. Okay, we'll go ahead and take the hood off as well. Put the new hood on, which just has the louvers in it. And then for headlights, we'll go with the B first. So the B is the, well, excuse me. The B is the clear with the bulbs, and then the C is the clear with like what looks more like LEDs. Come on, let me pull that out of there. Thank you. Let's put the B bumper on there, and we'll put the B lights on here as well. So there's how that would look. It's definitely a little sportier. I don't know if I like the tail lights of the C better, or if I like the B tail lights better. I sort of like the round, not the Euro lights, which is this one. I like the B lights better. I'm going to go with the B kit on the lights, but I think I'm going to use the C panel. Alright, so now we take the rear bumper off. And let's look at what the C bumper looks like on here. Oh, the C. Well, the C's got that tail light there on the back of it as well. Maybe I like the B better. No. I think it's the chrome that's throwing me off on the B kit that I don't like. And then let's look at the front here. Put the C on the front here. Boy, that's a huge air scoop right there. I sort of like that. Looks like it's got a huge mouth of it. So you get that one or that one. Man, I like the airflow on that. That's cool looking. Beastly. Beastly, I say. Let's see. Put the license plate back on there. I don't know about this rear end yet. I'm not in love with it. I gotta tell you that much. Where's the license plate go on this one? Wait a minute. There's no license plate holder on the rear end? Oh, there it is. It's on the top of this thing. Oops. That seems like a problem right there. That seems like a little bit of a glitch. Yeah, again with maybe we didn't pay enough attention to some details on this. So we'll put the C rear end on here. Because I think the license plate actually mounts on this one. Alright, let's go to paint with it. See if we can't find a hot little paint job to put on it. And since we've never done the Cobra, we'll take a look at the liveries for it. Little green stripes. Maybe if the car was white. That doesn't do a whole lot for me. I don't even... Oh, it puts a little cobra on it. Or a snake on it. Yeah, whatever. If you could change that color, you know, that would be nice. The green just doesn't do it for me. That's not a bad color, actually. Ooh, I like that. I like that blue. It's like a gunmetal almost. Yeah, it's almost like gunmetal, almost like bluing for a gun. That's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. I kind of like that. Of course, it looks different when you get it out here now. I wish they'd fix that. I wish the car would look the same here in the shop as it does when it's in the paint booth. And not completely different. That is completely different than what we saw in here. Not even the same. I mean, that looks like a really neat color right there. Almost like a chromed out, you know, as I said, it looks like gunmetal. The bluing on a gun when you get a shotgun brand new or whatever, you know? Looks really good there. And then when we get it outside, it's a completely different shade of blue. Quite annoying. Alright, anyways, first time we built one, so let's take it to the airport. As always, give her a spin, see how it goes. Alrighty. Well, let's hit some power to her and see what she does. Yeah, she sticks alright. And it's hard to get any kind of car to stick to the ground at this airport track. We were talking about this the other night. There needs to be a they need a true drag strip in this game. This feels almost more like a drift track. And it's so hard to put the power to the ground. It just doesn't have the stick-em to go. I mean, every time this car gets up into shift range, it's just spinning tires and breaking free. That, and you can't turn on this track either. Like, if you want to take a turn at speed on this track, you've got to e-brake it. If you just try to lock the wheels to the left, it wants to plow on you. So it's just not turning at all. So I have to give up all my horsepower. Not a fan of this track. Or somebody who's driving controller right now is going, "Oh, you're crazy, man. It drives absolutely wonderful on here." Wait, you'll see a problem with this performance pack? Problem with my tail lights? The light in the bumper doesn't work. I see, if I'm building this car for somebody and I put that rear end on it and they, you know, that body kit on it, they're like, hey, the light doesn't work. I ain't taking this car until you get the light to work. It's the little things, right? Oh, man. All right, let's go back to the shop and see what we got there as far as the final tally on this build. All right, so with all the tuning and everything done on it, $319,464 is what we end up with on the car. Not a bad deal, considering, like I said, that I paid $150,000 for it. So that is quite a good little project car to build out with all the performance parts and everything. We'll be making quite a little bit of money on it. But I didn't spend too much on the car itself. So I'll certainly make some money, because I think when I started the build, I had 1.8. I probably had, I want to say I had like 30,000 in there. So yeah, I mean, there's probably 100,000 profit in the car, and that's not too bad. All right, guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, if you did, smack that like button for me, leave a comment down below, share the video with your friends, help expand the channel a little bit for me. And of course, if you enjoyed the content, you want to see some more, you hadn't already, consider subscribing to the channel. Come join us for a live stream. We try to broadcast each evening over on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Mistermoose Gaming. And of course, if you haven't followed me on Twitter, the link is down below. Follow it for announcements on when videos come out, as well as when we go live and we do the live streams. All right, take it easy, everybody. Have yourself a great day. God bless you all. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.